Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moments. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star episode number 214 based on novel. So let's start. Since there's such a chance, I definitely have to go take a look. Luo Feng laughed carefree, and I've been using the Nanshan armament for so long, I never really known just who created it. I'm very respectful of Doyen 11 Luo Duo. Elder Sai Fan Chi along with the 7 official level Undyings and Kashna all smiled happily when they heard that. 11 Luo Duo was the most respected being in the Gold Horn race. Once the celebrations ended, Elder Sai Fan Chi, please arrange for me and we'll leave together later. Luo Feng got up and said, "Haha, we are in no rush. Your Majesty can go finish his business first." The elder smiled. Luo Feng nodded and turned, bringing with him the human faction group and leaving. Walking in the pathway, 9th Army Leader. Luo Feng walked and talked. This mission is almost complete. The only thing that is pending is to kill the 12 that had escaped. Hence, I would like to ask for you to arrange for a group of universe soldiers, work with the information system department and continue to chase and kill the 12. I hope we can kill them successfully within 1 year. Definitely. The tall and skinny 9th Army Leader nodded. If there are no other matters, I'll be returning to the army. Okay. Luo Feng smiled. I'm really grateful for your leadership and assistance this time. No problem. The only thing was I suffered heavy losses from my 30 groups. He shook his head. Luckily I only lost 2 Undyings. Hence, the foundation is still there, otherwise I'd be in big trouble. The most important members of the army were the very few Undyings. The loss of the large number of universe-level soldiers on the other hand weren't considered heavy. On the battlefield, universe-level were considered cannon fodders. This was hard to blame, because even if they don't die on the battlefield, these universe-level soldiers only had about 100,000 years in their lifespan. An eternal Undying, however, he could progress through the ages, helping the race get stronger and stronger. The only thing was the path to Undying was too harsh and difficult. Becoming an Undying was too difficult. They only lost 2 Undyings this time. If they had lost over 10 of them, the 9th Army Leader would definitely be fired. Watching the Army Leader leave, Luo Feng turned to Dylan. "Dylan, I'll be troubling you to follow me to the Gold Horn race home." "Haha, Your Majesty, I've never gone to such a place before." Dylan's eyes gleamed with curiosity. Another race? This is a race completely different from humanity. To be able to survive and pass down for countless years in the universe, such a race would definitely have its own unique culture and traditions. It's definitely worth seeing. And the name 11 Luo Duo, I've heard of him before. He was a truly powerful being in the universe. Luo Feng nodded. What a joke. There were trillions of races in the universe, and among them were countless that created spirit reader weapons, but finally humanity picked a few and named them the 9 godly weapons. Obviously every one of them had incredibly deep construction. Unlike the spirit weapons normal people could create, the 9 godly weapons were first extremely powerful and also suitable for many people to use. Of course, the most suitable spirit weapon would undoubtedly be the one that one had been created for himself. Only when one does that would that truly be suitable. Once Luo Feng settled his business, he placed the Mosha clansmen back in the internal world, leaving the core within the human body. After which, he brought Dylan, the 5-sector Lord Guards and the Gold Horn Pagoda squadron into the Yunmo planet ship, while heading towards their home. Within the Dark Universe, the Yunmo planet ship was progressing at 50 times light speed. I didn't expect your home to actually be within the Gunwu universe country. Luo Feng was very shocked, sitting opposite to Elder Sai Fan Chi and drinking some specialty drinks. The elder said, "In the universe, humanity is one of the pinnacle races. There are many other races that support humanity and thus survive. Since they are subservient to humanity, for safety, naturally they live within their territory. They will use one of humanity's secret regions and create their own vast continents, becoming their place of living." Luo Feng nodded. According to what the elder had said earlier, the place where they lived was at the side regions of the Gunwu universe country, in a secret region that was rather dangerous. Living within the universe secret region, HM. Luo Feng muttered, "I wonder just how many supporting races there are. That's a secret." The elder smiled. There are definitely many other races supporting humanity. At least in numbers, only the upper echelon of humanity would know the exact figures. And during war, these races are also beneficial weapons. Luo Feng nodded. Weapons? Humanity could really be using many of these races as cannon fodder, leaving many tedious tasks to them. For example, killing Yao Hai and Jeffrey, the two of them were secretly working for another pinnacle race, the Bug Clan. Helping humanity this way may attract the invasion of the Bug Clan. Hence for cautiousness, they let the Gold Horn clan do it instead. They risked their lives in such dangerous tasks. Aren't I the same? Luo Feng thought. No matter how much of a genius he would still need to accept and do dangerous missions. This was the tradition of the Virtual Universe Company over countless years, and it wouldn't change just for one. The distance from Red Dawn planet towards the side regions of the Gunwu Universe country's Gold Horn race home was pretty far, about 1.200 million light years. Even in the Yunmo planet ship, with 50 times light speed, it still took close to 3 months. 1 month later. Within the main resting quarters of the Yunmo planet ship, Luo Feng sat cross-legged. He sent his consciousness into the Virtual Universe network, entering his villa within the primal region. Envoy, we've already killed 7 of the 12 targets, there's another 5 on the run. On the screen, the 9th Army leader reported. Another 5? Luo Feng's expression changed. It's been over a month since the mission started. These 12 all fled from the same planet back then, killing them was the easiest back then. But the moment they flee for over a month, it would be troublesome to find them later on. I understand that as well. The 9th Army leader reported. However, Envoy, the information system is a very powerful department of the Virtual Universe Company. They have many other missions to attend to. They can at most send a few investigators into several life planets and help look out for the 12 targets. Doing so is already not bad. They cannot possibly chase every tail or lead, going to some desolate mineral planet etc. Luo Feng nodded. I can only do my best. The 9th Army leader said. There's still a long time from the limit of the mission. We can only hope that the remaining 5 cannot take the loneliness and return to a human life planet. When that happens, the information system will swiftly discover them. We can only hope. Luo Feng sighed. This mission, everything else was done exceptionally. Only the complete killing of the 1.200 million had a problem. With that, the mission would only be 85% completed. It'll depend on luck. Luo Feng didn't think about it anymore, returning to reality and beginning his training. Time flowed on. In the blink of an eye, the ship had been flying for over 3 months. Luo Feng, we've arrived at the destination. Within a minute we'll begin universe travel. Barbata's clear and childish voice resounded within the quarters. Luo Feng, who sat cross-legged, opened his eyes. Still not completed. Luo Feng cursed. Long before receiving the mission, his internal world had already reached the pinnacle of the Domain Lord level 9. A point where it could break through at any point. However, this breakthrough had some leeway. The faster ones would break through soon after reaching that point, the slower ones on the other hand would have to wait for decades. Sector Lord level. The moment I step into Sector Lord level, I can train the 10,000 soul control technique, and after that I can truly control the Bug Clan mother nest. The moment I enter Sector Lord level, my consciousness can access the universe energies and my law comprehension speed will rise dramatically. The moment I enter Sector Lord level, I'll have the opportunity to create a third clone. The moment I enter Sector Lord level, my internal world will change at its foundation, and special energies will be produced. Luo Feng was anxious. He could not help but worry. As the pinnacle matured form of the Golden Horned Beast, once he reached the Sector Lord level, his Golden Horned Beast would truly be matured. However, right now, standing at the entrance of it, it seemed like he could break through at any time, yet it hasn't happened. He felt very helpless. Being anxious and impatient won't help. Luo Feng suddenly got up. Me stepping into the Sector Lord level is akin to a carp turning into a dragon. There'll be evolution in many areas. Whether it's controlling the mother nest or the third clone, they will all have an extremely important effect on my growth. Bug Clan, they were also a pinnacle race. To be able to control a mother nest, it definitely wouldn't be weaker than having a powerful army. And the final clone, this to Luo Feng was the most important. Having tasted the power of having more bodies, Luo Feng was very clear that this third chance of creating a clone, if he didn't use it well, it would be a waste. However, if used well, it could completely become a heavenly thing. The gold door opened. Luo Feng headed out and the doors automatically opened. Very quickly, he reached the control room. There was already a group gathered there. Your Majesty, the ship has just entered universe travel. Elder Sai Fan Chi smiled and pointed at the world outside. Look, that is our gold horn race home. Luo Feng looked up. In the endless space outside, there was a vast continent floating there. This continent was enormous. Luo Feng, who was standing in the Yunmo planet ship, couldn't see the end of it. Countless years ago, our entire gold horn race moved here. Back then, countless sector lords used their constructing world energy to create large pieces of worlds. 10,000 tribes worth of countless sector lords working together, and in an instant they created a continent of over 100 million kilometer. Large amounts of undying created large amounts of continents within their god counties and moved it into the universe, hence they are all gathered together. And the Doyens destroyed the space debris all around us, allowing free space about without any obstruction. Elder Sai Fan Chi's eyes were filled with a peculiar glow. Hence, we've had our own vast world for our race to survive for trillions of years, Lao's world. Luo Feng went silent. Looking at the endless vast world in the space outside, he felt shock within. All he could imagine was the universe night Doyens of the Gold Horn race destroying all the debris, creating a vast enough space. Countless undyings constructing continents within their own god countries, and an even larger amount of sector lords all building the world, all working together, resulting in this vast continent. What level of spirit was this? Elder Sai Fan Chi, how big is Lao's world? Luo Feng asked. The ground is 300 billion kilometers thick, the diameter of the world is 2.1 light years. The elder said with pride. Why doesn't the world separate? Luo Feng asked. It wasn't such that with enough continents put together, they could form this enormous continent. It was just like how an incredibly huge planet could crumble and form a black hole. Even though the universe laws weren't exactly as solidified in the secret regions, it still wasn't as simple as just building something. Lao's world, it's also a weapon. Elder Sai Fan Chi smiled. Actually, you should have seen such large continents in the universe, like your virtual universe company's headquarters. Luo Feng nodded. These supercontinents, especially those normally found in large pieces of space, they are all constructed. They aren't naturally formed. The elder said, as for the secret regions, there's all sorts of wonders in there. You'd occasionally see huge continents. However, to actually build a supercontinent, it's very troublesome. Hence, a very normal way in the universe is to build a continent like building a weapon. This results in the continent being extremely stable and lasting for eternity. The elder laughed. In theory, the countless sector lords working together back then from the 10,000 tribes could have built an enormous continent themselves. Why did the Undyings have to show up? It's because the weapon required it. Luo Feng was stunned. The technique to create weapons, that was what made the construct of the continent stable? The Yunmo planet ship continued towards Lao's world. Confirm authorization. A signal was sent straight to the Yunmo planet ship. Luo Feng looked at the details of the signal above the control board. Turning to look at Elder Sai Fan Chi, he smiled and said, "No problem, let me." Elder Sai Fan Chi vanished from within the Yunmo planet ship and appeared outside, releasing undying energy that permeated into the continent of Lao's world. Teleportation is truly powerful, no ships or anything can stop him. Luo Feng exclaimed. Even with a ship with its powerful defense against teleportation, it's nothing. Unless that ship can block space ripples. Dylan said softly. Elder Sai Fan Chi appeared back within the control room. We can now enter Lao's world without getting attacked. Elder Sai Fan Chi smiled. If we were taking our ship from before, that's within the security system, it wouldn't be that troublesome. However, that ship's speed is far from your majesty's. When the mission was first given to us, we traveled in the dark universe for close to a year. Luo Feng smiled. Even Hu Yangbo's Yunmo planet ship back then wasn't as fast as the current ship. This version was upgraded by the Virtual Universe Company. Hence, it could reach such speeds. This technology and skill was secret within humanity itself. Much less the subservient races. The Yunmo planet ship entered Lao's world and continued to fly about. Looking through the ship, Luo Feng could see the large fields of grass, forests, mountain ranges, rivers, and oceans. What was even more incredible, however, was the ice and snow worlds. Most regions had very low temperatures, even the surface was mostly covered in thick layers of snow. As our Gold Horn race people prefer lower temperatures than humanity, the world we built had this in consideration. Elder Sai Fan Chi stood by the control board and looked down through the external simulator. It was almost like they were standing in mid-air looking down. That's the Qiangyang tribe, a middle-level tribe with about 10 undyings. The elder pointed at a community of buildings and castles below. Middle-level tribe? Luo Feng asked curiously, then the Pagoda, upper-level tribe. Kashna said proudly behind Luo Feng. Your Majesty, our Pagoda tribe is a powerful upper-level tribe. Much stronger than the Qiangyang tribe. Our tribe has 2 emperor-level undyings, and they probably don't even have 1 emperor level. Luo Feng inhaled a cold breath when he heard that. He had heard of the 10,000 tribes earlier. Just 1 tribe alone could be that strong? As for 10,000 tribes, how powerful was that? The overall distribution of the tribes, how is it? Luo Feng asked. When we moved over 1 trillion years ago, we had 10,000 tribes. The elder smiled. As for now, we are not really sure. However, some tribes have dispersed while new ones have formed, and Laos world is simply too huge, we are not sure. As for the level distribution, the tribes have lower level, mid, upper level, and the highest Doyen tribe. Doyen tribe? Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. There's a tribe for Doyens. No? The elder said, the top 10 tribes in Laos world have the right to gain this title. And as only the top 10 have this right, over 1 trillion years, it's always been 10. All of these 10, all have a Doyen stationed there from the institution. This is also the special privilege of being a Doyen tribe. Luo Feng was shocked, Dylan was shocked too. This meant, there were at least 10 Doyens. I never expected such a powerful force to be present, not from the Gunwu universe country's side, but rather a race hidden within a secret region. Luo Feng was shocked. Ha, shocked? The elder shook his head. There's nothing to be shocked about. The true strength of humanity is the Virtual Universe Company, the Huge Axe Dojo, the Universe First Bank, the Universe Galaxy Bank and the Universe Mercenary Alliance, the 5 Leviathans. As for the 1008 universe countries, they are only tools for governing the normal people. Humans, the reason they are a pinnacle race is because they have absolute powerful force. Luo Feng nodded. There was no doubt about this. To occupy a primal universe, what joke was that? To have so many subservient races, naturally they could dominate over them. The Yunmo planet ship flew high in the skies over large mountains, over ice oceans, and after about 10 days, it finally landed. It had reached the Pagoda tribe. That night, the Pagoda tribe organized a ceremony for Luo Feng and specially prepared the food humans liked. Your Majesty Luo Feng of humanity, let me toast you. Thanks. Luo Feng lifted his glass and drank with the large amounts of undyings around. Looking at the members around, he was shocked within. From their chats, he had found out that the Pagoda tribe had 2 emperor-level undyings, the tribe leader and Sai Fan Chi, 12 official-level undyings, hundreds of normal undyings, tens of thousands of sector lords, 1 million domain lords and over 10 million universe levels. The entire tribe population, however, was only about 1 billion. Not even that of the Chinese. One tribe, with 1 billion people, yet over 10 millions of them were at universe level. This race sure has a huge difference from humanity. Luo Feng was shocked within. Surprised that we have so many strong warriors. Elder Sai Fan Chi sat before Luo Feng and smiled. Every human friend we bring over is surprised by this. However, you can imagine, the population of humanity and their reproduction ability, just how shocking it is. And our race's population is just that few. The upper-level tribe only has 1 billion. As for the 10,000 tribes, how many would that make? Any galaxy of humanity would far exceed them. Just one universe country alone had over 100 million galaxies. The universe is fair, the elder said. Those high in population, their strong proportion is small. Those small in population have a high proportion of strong. Just like the upper-level space beasts, they are all sector lords at maturity, and some even have heavenly natural abilities. Like the bug clan mother nest, they are pitiful in numbers, yet all of them are incredibly strong. And your humanity has huge territories, hence the number of geniuses and strong warriors far exceed our race. Territories? Luo Feng was curious. Luo Feng. A powerful voice resounded, a man covered in green, almost like steel. Tribe leader. Luo Feng quickly stood up. I've already written a personal letter. In just a moment, Elder Sai Fan Chi will take it with you and head towards the sacred city. The leader's voice was like lightning, booming and powerful. Without tribe's request and Elder Sai Fan Chi personally going there, the Doyen stationed at the sacred city would not let you in and let you study the sacred tablet. Thank you so much. Luo Feng smiled. Ha, you are a friend of our Pagoda tribe, there's no need for thanks. The leader laughed. Luo Feng smiled and toasted. The entire Pagoda tribe was incredibly passionate and respectful of the humans that come to their tribe. As normal humans didn't have the right to come here, those that were invited, if they weren't absolute geniuses, they would have powerful backgrounds or are true upper echelon figures. After staying in the Pagoda tribe for 2 days, Luo Feng, Dylan, the 5 sector lords and elder Sai Fan Chi, along with the disciple of the tribe leader who joined for fun along with Kashna, all sat in the Yunmo planet ship and headed towards the sacred city. The sacred city is the core and sacred land of our Gold Horn race. The elder explained. There, the most exceptional geniuses of our Gold Horn race are all gathered. The competition between the strong and geniuses there is intense. There are so many strong warriors opening sects and accepting disciples there. And the sacred tablet is within the most core area of the city. The elder said, the sects within the sacred city all belong to the family of the great 11 Luo duos. The Yunmo planet ship flashed through the sky and swiftly headed towards the core of the sacred city. After leaving Pagoda tribe, they had been flying at light speed. With the Yunmo planet ship's advanced technology, it was still easy for them to see and record everything that happened outside. Luo Feng, Dylan, and the rest of them gained profound understanding of the culture of the race. On the 18th day of flight, they were just about to reach the sacred city. On our way here, we frequently saw battles and killings below. What's going on? Luo Feng came out of his resting quarters. While looking through some footage, he asked Elder Sai Fan Chi curiously. Our race's rules are such that, as long as one reaches universe level, he'd have to leave the tribe and wander about, either training outside for 1,000 years, or reaching domain lord level before they can return to the tribe. Elder Sai Fa Chi said. And wandering outside, battles and killings are very normal. They aren't forbidden? Luo Feng asked. The race originally had a smaller population to begin with. Why forbid it? The strong have to be trained through battles. Elder Sai Fan Chi said indifferently. What's more, only after becoming an undying will one be able to stand at the pinnacle of the race. Otherwise, those with short lifespans, the normal race people that cannot become absolute warriors, they are useless to the survival of the race. Your Majesty, look, ahead it is the sacred city. Elder Sai Fan Chi said. The Yunmo planet ship slowed down. Luo Feng looked down. There was an incredibly majestic old city that stood amidst the wilderness. This city had a diameter of 100,000 kilometers, and its most dazzling feature was a pure golden statue that reached up to 10,000 kilometers in height. Even from the ship, Luo Feng could see it clearly. The ship descended. As the cabin door opened, Luo Feng, Dylan, the 5 sector lords, Kashna and Elder Sai Fan Chi all got off, after which Luo Feng kept his ship. Do you see that statue? The elder pointed at the most dazzling pure golden statue in the city. That's 11 Luo duo. The great 11 Luo duo. At any point in time, there will always be countless warriors rushing over to pay their respects to this place. The entire statue is 12,319 kilometers tall, the legs alone are 1,622 kilometers. Luo Feng nodded, feeling excitement within. A being able to make an entire race worship for countless years. Let's enter the city. The elder smiled. Your Majesty must remember one point, as the sacred city is a special place and countless geniuses of our Gold Horn race are gathered here. These are the future of our race. Hence, killing is forbidden in the city. One has to go outside to the huge arena if they want to kill. Luo Feng and the group entered the ancient sacred city. There were many residents within. 11 Luo duo. Luo Feng stood in the plaza, looking up at the huge golden statue. Its eyes seemed to encompass the endless universe itself, but without a sense of strictness or force. Rather, there was a calm tranquility. No matter how impatient one was, as long as he looked at the statue, his troubles would disappear. Even though I'm not looking at the real person, just from this statue. It's no wonder he could lead an entire race within the vast universe. Just as Luo Feng was recalling the achievements of this great being of the Gold Horn race, many of the clansmen in the plaza all looked over curiously and shocked at Luo Feng's group. Look, humans. Humans. I smelt the blood and flesh from the blood and flesh life forms, however they don't have any life imprint on them. The disturbance go bigger and bigger. More and more of the Gold Horn clansmen discovered the humans. It was rare to see humans in Lao's world, however one would occasionally see some invited humans here at the sacred city. Those that do come over were exceptional. Luo Feng noticed he was being watched. Let's go. Luo Feng ordered. Yes, Your Majesty. The group complied. Suddenly, human, you are only Domain Lord level 9 and you actually dare come to our Goldhorn race sacred city. You must be one of the absolute geniuses of humanity. I can challenge you. A gold statue-like youth with completely dark red skin and a dark golden long rod on his back roared at Luo Feng. Challenge? Luo Feng looked at this youth. This youth was also Domain Lord level 9. Your Majesty needn't bother. Elder Sai Fan Chi said as he stood beside Luo Feng. As there are indeed many humans that come to the sacred city, of which many are absolute geniuses, there have been competitions between the geniuses of humanity versus our race's geniuses. And there have been many stories, hence many of the younger generations like to challenge the human geniuses when they see them. However, your Majesty needn't bother about them and they won't dare chase you. After the elder finished speaking, he sent out ripples of formless undying energy. It caused the group of Goldhorn clansmen to jump away in shock. Elder Sai Fan Chi snorted coldly. No one dared stop them anymore. He smiled and said, "Let's go visit the doyen in the palace." Immediately, Luo Feng and the group left the plaza amidst the countless gazes. Humans. There are humans in the sacred city. The leader is a Domain Lord level 9. Must be a genius of humanity. An absolute genius of humanity has come to the sacred city. The news spread swiftly like a whirlwind throughout the entire sacred city. There gathered all of the geniuses from the 10,000 tribes of the Goldhorn race. These geniuses all had a competitive spirit. Once they knew an absolute genius of humanity had come to the city, a sort of pride in their race made them all get excited and riled up, all wanting to look for the human to challenge him. Luo Feng and the group, however, had already arrived at the Doyen Palace. This, Luo Feng stared wide-eyed in the distance. How can this be? It's impossible. Arriving at the Goldhorn race home, Laos World, this was the first time Luo Feng was this shocked. Your Majesty? The elder, Kashna were both shocked at how Luo Feng, who had always been calm and collected, had lost his composure. In the distance, there was a majestic palace amidst the continuous mountain range. The palace was completely dark gold, over 1,000 kilometers tall. The area it took up was close to 10,000 kilometers. This palace, with Luo Feng's vision, was nothing compared to the extravagant palaces he had seen before, hence he wasn't shocked by it. However, at the entrance of this palace, there was a close to 1 kilometer thick black star chain. This black star chain was 1 kilometer thick, its length stretched close to 10,000 kilometers, its links pierced right through a completely green 620 kilometers tall, gorilla-like peculiar beast's bones and muscles. The beast squatted there, like a majestic mountain, not much shorter than the palace beside it. Space! Luo Feng stared wide-eyed, shuddering within. Space beast, 1st time. Since he had possessed the golden horned beast, even though he had seen much of the universe and experienced much, he had never seen a second space beast, not even a corpse, much less a living space beast. This was the first time he saw another space beast. However, this space beast was completely subdued with the black star chain piercing through its body. Ha ha. Elder Sai Fan Chi laughed. Your Majesty is shocked at the space beast. Ha ha. This space beast is one of the 12 pinnacle bloodlines of the space beast, the Huisuo beast, Sector Lord Pinnacle. Even though it's only at the Sector Lord Pinnacle level, its true strength makes it so that many normal undyings aren't even a match for it. It's terrifying. Luo Feng stared at the beast that was bound like a pet, feeling the anguish and pain it emanated. How long has it been? Luo Feng asked. How long what? The elder was stunned. How long has this space beast been captured? Luo Feng asked solemnly. About 20 million years. The elder exclaimed, the space beast's lifespan is long. Our Goldhorn race's Sector Lord life space is only about 1,000 eras. This space beast, however, is 10 times that. Why is it bound? Luo Feng asked. The elder felt like Luo Feng's tone wasn't quite right. This space beast was captured by a doyen back then, however it refused to submit. What level of position is a doyen? A Sector Lord Pinnacle space beast is useless to it, however it's extremely rare, hence he captured it. Right, doyens are universe knights, naturally they won't care about a space beast. Luo Feng said. However, this space beast is very obstinate, it refused to submit. Back then it even madly howled and we could hear it frequently. It struggled so hard till its body was injured and its veins, fur etc. were damaged. Elder Sai Fan Chi exclaimed, it's bound by its life core and body, hence no matter how it struggles, it's useless. Over time, it naturally gave up. However, it still refuses to submit. The doyen had said, whenever it submits will be the time to undo the chains. Luo Feng shuddered when he heard. The space beasts were very proud. Just like back when he possessed the golden horned beast, it was incredibly proud, high above, killing humans like hunting sport. Maybe it was ferocious, vicious, however this was its innate disposition, it was born like that. To make one submit was too hard. Is this the first time your majesty is seeing a space beast? Elder Sai Fanchi asked. This Hui Suos is incredibly powerful, Sector Lord Pinnacle and able to defeat normal undyings. Shall I introduce to you its origins? Luo Feng didn't say a word. He knew much more than Sai Fanchi. Hui Suo Space Beast, one of the 12 pinnacle bloodlines of the Space Beast, it stood beside the Golden Horned Beast. However, it wasn't a swallowing-type beast. It was a thunder and time space beast. It was naturally sly and vicious. It only had one natural ability, time stop. Even though it was just one ability, its power was unimaginable. Combined with its innate slyness and vicious character, the time stop ability made the battle strength and fleeing ability of the beast shocking. It could completely stand beside the Golden Horned Beast and the Flaming Star Beast. This video will end here. Thank you for watching.